Most men are confused about what women actually find attractive. And honestly, that confusion makes sense. You're told one thing, but you watch something else happen in real life. Women say looks aren't everything. Then a good-looking guy shows up, and suddenly her energy changes. She laughs more, she leans in, she's warmer. So you start wondering, am I being lied to? And maybe you don't say it out loud, but you feel it, because you've been in conversations that started well, then slowly faded. No argument, no rejection, just a quiet loss of interest. That's the part that messes with your head. You replay the moment, you check your words, you check your behavior. Nothing seems wrong, yet something shifted. Most men assume attraction works the same both ways, that it's visual, immediate, decided in seconds. That belief feels logical. It just happens to be wrong. And because of that mistake, men focus on the wrong things. They try to look better, say the right lines, avoid mistakes, all while missing what she's actually responding to. That's why attraction feels random, unfair, out of reach, but it isn't. Once you understand what women are reacting to in real time, things stop feeling mysterious. You stop guessing, you stop overthinking, and attraction finally starts making sense. 1. It's not visual. Most men believe attraction starts with what she sees. Your face, your height, your body. That belief feels obvious, because that's how your attraction works. You see her, you know. But that's not how it works for her. Yes, she can notice a good-looking man. Yes, her eyes react, but that reaction is shallow, temporary, unstable. What actually decides attraction happens after that moment. While you're talking, she's picking up signals you're not aware of. How comfortable you are in your skin, how grounded you feel around her, how you respond when things don't go perfectly. She's not analyzing, she's sensing. And this is where most men lose her, because they focus on performing, trying to impress, trying to be approved of. She feels that. The moment you start seeking validation, her interest drops. Not because you're unattractive, but because you're showing uncertainty about your own value. That's why good-looking men still get ignored, and average men sometimes don't. She's not responding to symmetry, she's responding to emotional stability. Here's the shift. Stop trying to look attractive in the interaction. Start feeling settled inside it. Slow down your speech. Pause before responding. Let silence exist without rushing to fill it. Those small behaviors signal something powerful. You're not trying to win her, and that changes how she experiences you, because the man who isn't chasing approval feels different to be around. Calmer, safer, more grounded. That feeling is what keeps her attention. And once you understand that, you'll realize something uncomfortable. You were never competing on looks. You were competing on presence. And most men don't even know that game is being played. 2. She feels you. Most men think women decide attraction by judging them. Like a checklist. Tall enough, handsome enough, confident enough. That's not what's happening. She isn't evaluating you, she's experiencing you. While you're focused on saying the right thing, she's noticing how you feel to be around. Do you seem relaxed or tense? Do you respond naturally or carefully? Do you feel present or like you're trying to get somewhere? She picks that up instantly. That's why attraction can disappear mid-conversation. Nothing went wrong, but something shifted. You stopped being comfortable, you started trying. And the moment you start trying to manage her reaction, she feels pressure. Not logical pressure, emotional pressure. She senses you want something from her. Approval, validation, reassurance. That changes the dynamic. Instead of two people connecting, it becomes one person performing and the other person deciding. That's a position you never want to be in. Here's what most men miss. Confidence isn't loud. It isn't dominance. It isn't showing off. Confidence is emotional self-containment. It's being okay whether she's impressed or not, whether she laughs or doesn't, whether she stays or leaves. When you're steady like that, she relaxes. And when she relaxes, her attraction has room to grow. This is why nice guys struggle. They aren't bad men. They're just emotionally over-invested too early. They lean in before attraction exists. They give before curiosity forms. They explain instead of allowing tension. And tension is everything. The man she feels drawn to isn't the man chasing her interest. It's the man who seems complete without it. Once she senses that, she starts leaning toward you. But here's the uncomfortable truth most men don't want to hear. If you don't know how to create that emotional space, your words won't matter. And next, I'll show you the fastest way men accidentally destroy it without realizing they're doing it. 3. Trying kills. Attraction. Most men lose women the moment they start trying to win them. Not trying to be rude, trying to be liked, trying to be impressive, trying to do everything right. It sounds harmless. It feels responsible. But to her, it feels off. Because effort isn't the problem. Neediness is. And neediness doesn't look like desperation. It looks like over-adjusting. You agree too quickly. You soften your opinions. You avoid saying the thing that might rock the boat. She notices. Not consciously. Emotionally. And the message she receives is simple. This man doesn't fully trust himself. That's why being nice backfires. Not because kindness is bad, but because kindness without self-respect feels submissive. She doesn't want a man who's afraid to lose her. She wants a man who chooses her. There's a difference. When you're trying to impress, you give her the power. She becomes the judge. You become the applicant. And once that dynamic forms, attraction suffocates. Because desire doesn't grow where approval is being chased. Here's the shift. Stop reacting to her responses. Start staying rooted in yourself. If she challenges you, don't rush to explain. If she pulls back, don't chase. If she tests you, don't prove anything. Hold your frame. Speak slower. Say less. Mean what you say. Let her feel that you're not auditioning. That doesn't make you cold. It makes you solid. And solidity is rare. Most men collapse into eagerness the moment they like a woman. They lean forward emotionally before she's even decided. She feels that imbalance, and imbalance kills polarity. Attraction needs tension, and tension disappears when one man is trying too hard to please. But here's where it gets uncomfortable. Some men don't try too hard. They do something even worse, and they don't realize it until it's already over. 4. Permission mindset. Some men don't chase. They don't overtext. They don't beg. Yet women still lose interest. Why? Because these men are waiting to be allowed. Allowed to flirt. Allowed to touch. Allowed to lead the moment. You hear it in their language. She let me kiss her. She let me hold her hand. She didn't let me go further. That mindset is quiet, but it's lethal because it tells her you see her as the authority and yourself as the applicant. She feels it instantly, not in words, in energy. You're careful, hesitant, checking for signals before every move. And while you're waiting for permission, attraction leaks out of the interaction. Here's the truth most men miss. Women don't want to grant access. They want to feel chosen. They want to feel pulled into your world, not placed on a pedestal above it. Leadership isn't force. It's assumption. The assumption that your presence is welcome. The assumption that your desire isn't something to apologize for. When you wait to be allowed, you communicate doubt. And doubt makes her feel unsafe emotionally. Not unsafe as in danger. Unsafe as in uncertain. Uncertain about whether you can handle yourself. Uncertain about whether you can handle her. That's why attraction fades. The shift is simple, but uncomfortable. Stop asking with your energy. Start inviting with your actions. You don't rush, you don't push, but you also don't hover. You move forward calmly. And if she resists, you don't collapse. You stay relaxed, unbothered, centered. That response tells her everything. It tells her you're not seeking approval. You're expressing intent. And intent is attractive. But there's another layer most men completely overlook. Even men who lead physically often fail emotionally. And that failure is subtle. That's what we're uncovering next. 5. Emotional blindness. Some men lead physically. They flirt. They escalate. They're not afraid to make a move. And still, she fades. Because physical confidence without emotional awareness feels empty. She feels like you're doing things to her, not with her. You miss the shifts. Her tone changes. Her energy tightens. She tests you lightly. And you either don't notice or you react badly. You get defensive. You explain yourself. You take it personally. That's when her attraction drops. Because what she's sensing isn't your confidence anymore. She's sensing fragility. Women don't need a man who never gets challenged. They want a man who can handle being challenged. Emotionally, if she teases you and you freeze, she learns something. If she disagrees and you shut down, she learns something. If she pushes slightly and you crumble or push back aggressively, she learns something. She's asking a silent question. Can this man stay grounded when things aren't smooth? Most men answer that question without realizing it. The shift is awareness. You don't need clever lines. You need emotional steadiness. When she tests, smile, pause, respond calmly. Not to win, not to dominate, but to show you're not thrown off balance. That calm response does more than words ever could. It tells her you're capable, you're self-contained, you're not ruled by emotion, and that creates trust. Not logical trust, attraction-based trust. But here's the part most men don't expect. Once a woman senses emotional strength, something else begins to happen. She starts seeing you differently, and that changes everything. 6. Non-physical power. Here's what most men still don't get. She can look at you and think, May, average guy. Maybe you're not tall. Maybe your face isn't magazine ready. Maybe you're not ripped. And she can still feel drawn to you. Why? Because attraction isn't just about what she sees. It's about what she senses. Your confidence, your humor, your ability to challenge her playfully, your emotional steadiness, your presence. These things can't be measured in mirrors or scales. They can only be felt. And the crazy part? Once she senses these traits, she often starts to see your physical appearance differently. She starts thinking, wow, he is handsome, even if others wouldn't notice. That's the real power of non-physical traits. They rewrite her perception of you. They make you attractive in ways that looks alone never could. Here's the shift. Stop thinking, I need to look good. Start thinking, I need to be good. Not in words, not in actions aimed at approval, but in your energy, in how you show up, in how you make her feel alive when she's around you. This is how average-looking men win over beautiful women. This is how confidence, humor, and presence become magnetic. Most men never see this, and that's why it feels like women are unpredictable. But now, you're starting to see the pattern. And once you do, the rules change completely. 7. The attraction loop. Here's the final piece most men miss. Attraction isn't one-off. It's a loop, a cycle that builds over moments. She senses your confidence. She laughs at your playful challenge. She feels your calm. She experiences your presence. And then, her mind catches up. Her eyes start noticing your features differently. She starts thinking you're more handsome, more interesting, more magnetic. This is why some men, average-looking or even below average, get the women they want, because they trigger the loop. They give her something she can feel, something no mirror or gym can replicate. Most men focus only on the first step, looks. They miss the loop. They miss the emotional buildup that makes her attraction stick. Here's what to do. Lead with your energy, not your appearance. Challenge playfully, not aggressively. Stay grounded, not reactive. Create tension, not comfort. Every interaction is a chance to fuel the loop. And when she's caught in it, her attraction becomes yours to maintain. It's subtle, it's powerful, it's invisible to everyone else but not to her. Here's the hard truth, and the freeing one. Women's attraction isn't about looks. It's about what they sense, your confidence, your emotional strength, your energy, your presence. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need a magazine face. You need to be the man she can feel drawn to. Stop chasing approval. Stop waiting for permission. Stop trying to impress. Lead with calm, grounded energy. Playfully challenge. Stay emotionally steady. Create tension. Do this, and the spark stays alive. She notices. She values you. She wants you. Attraction isn't random. It's earned. It's felt. It's real. Own your energy. Own your presence. Own your manhood. And women will follow. Not because of how you look, but because of who you are. Now you understand why good-looking men get ignored and average men get noticed. It's not luck. It's not chance. It's mastery of what she senses, not just what she sees. Once you apply this, everything changes.